Any conversation with Avi and Deborah, you feel you are embraced by their warmth, by their respect, by their concern for the community. Deborah reconfigured for us our welcoming committee, one of the most important committees that any community can have, to welcome people with warmth and with graciousness. And Avi heads the safety committee, the security committee, both deeply concerned, welcoming people and making people feel safe, and in fact, creating a safe and secure environment for our community, that people will feel comfortable when they come to shul. And the way that they raise their children, it's always a pleasure to see how they speak to their children, how they advance the concern that their children have, and the many shiurim that we've had in the Glanzman home speak to how they appreciate the importance of learning and growth and how they contribute to our community.
We're excited tonight to present Avi and Deborah with the Max and Magda Sternbach Award. Throughout their years at Beth Abraham, throughout their years in Bergenfield, Avi and Deborah have been involved in so many different ways in our Kehillah, big and small, and more ma'at v'aseh harbe. They never seek attention, but they've supported so many of our families. They have helped our community in so many different ways, from sisterhood to security to the welcoming committee. They're always there with a smile, ready to help out, ready to pitch in. With Deborah's encouragement, Avi has been a mainstay of our Beis HaMedrash, learning b'chavrusa, coming to shiurim, a strong, consistent member of the Tuesday Night Chabura. We wish you ongoing nachas from each of your children as you continue to derive nachas as well in the ongoing growth of our Kehillah. Mazel tov.
To Deborah and Avi, our wonderful neighbors, we're so happy you're being honored. You're such great people, and you do so much for our shul. Thank you so much.
Glanzman, what can I say? I mean, I love you, man. You're the most amazing guy ever. You and your boys, New Duchen, it's like the room shakes when you guys Duchen. And we love you guys and should have lots of nachas and well deserved.
We would like to start off by thanking the board and the executive board for this honor. We feel tremendously humbled by this award, and we are so grateful to everyone who has joined us this evening for this special occasion. We would like to wish Mazel Tov to Sheva and Dov on their extremely well-deserved honor and recognize the tremendous amount they have devoted to our community.
We found the shul through Hashgacha Pratis. After we got married, we started off in a one-bedroom in Terrace Circle. When our lease was up, we were looking for a larger apartment since Deborah was expecting. I was also switching jobs and had a few weeks in between. We put our stuff in storage and continued to look for a new place to live. We went with Deborah's parents to Israel for Sukkot and stayed with them for a few weeks in London. I remember checking Teaneck shuls and seeing a posting for a house for rent near Beth Abraham. We both didn't know much about Bergenfield. Most of our friends from the apartments had moved to other parts of Teaneck, but I called the number and Claire said that 2 families already wanted the house, so it was not available. When we got back to the US a few weeks later, Claire called us that the house was now available. We went to see it the next day without heat or electricity, and we said we'd take it. But the board wanted to meet us first, so we had a quick faher with the vice president, which I guess we passed.
One of the benefits of renting a house from the shul is that everyone knew we had moved in recently, especially since they could no longer park in 11 Thames, and we were warmly welcomed into the community by the shul and our new neighbors. It was especially useful to never need to check what time davening was and to hear the shofar without having to leave the house. We soon realized that we didn't just move next to a shul, but rather had become part of an amazing community guided by the most amazing Rav and Rebbitzin.
We're very fortunate to have a Rav like Rav Neuberger who we can ask shilas to any time of day, and who we are comfortable to seek his advice on all areas of our life. It is amazing to see how the Rav focuses on the needs of the entire Kehillah, even the children. Just this past Simchas Torah, our 4th grader and some of his friends were standing on the side during Hakafas. We offered them all Slurpees if they would go in and join in the dancing. The next thing we know, Rabbi Neuberger was leading them in a circle around the Torahs, and the boys were running to keep up with him. The Rav always has time for our children's questions and gives them the utmost sincerity whenever they approach him.
It is a big bracha in mine and my family's life that I have Pesci to look up to and learn from. Her calm, patient, and empathetic words continue to inspire and guide my life as a wife and mother. She epitomizes a true Eishes Chayil, and I can only hope I live up to a small ounce of her tremendous grace and Torah-dik ways.
I have davened mostly in the 9-10 minyan on Shabbos morning and learned a lot about chinuch from listening to Rav Cohn's drashos and watching how he davens with his kids. I also enjoy his Tuesday night Halacha Chabura, and Rav Cohn is my first stop for any Kohanim-related questions, such as which museums in New York City Kohanim can't enter due to mummies. My kids are still not thrilled about no longer going to the Museum of Natural History.
Rebbitzin Cohen has always been such a friendly, warm, and inviting Rebbitzin to connect with. She has this tremendous ability to know exactly what to say, to guide me in the different situations going on in my life, and talk through every area, never making me feel like she has a million other more important things to be taken care of. I always value our time spent together and appreciate her insightful nature and care.
I remember going to Rav Moshe Tzvi's Thursday night Parsha Shir back when we lived in the apartments. I always enjoy hearing his inspiring Divrei Torah and discussing Rav Satorsky's weekly shiurim on Chassidus.
Rebbitzin Weinberg is an incredible source of guidance and chizuk, and I truly enjoy any time I'm fortunate to spend with her. She always has so many beautiful words of Torah to share and brings them so effortlessly into every aspect of our daily lives.
Aside from the wonderful rabbis, we have also formed close friendships with many people we have met in shul and at shul events. It's a kahila that is looking to grow in Avodas Hashem, and we are lucky to have many friends who we view as role models for ourselves. We are both very fortunate to have grown up surrounded by parents and grandparents who are very involved in their shuls and their communities. My parents lived down the block from the shul, and the rabbi knew he could always send anyone who needed a meal to the Glanzmans. We're also very fortunate to have grandparents who are Holocaust survivors and to see their love for Yiddishkeit, and that's a motivation factor for us to continue their Masorah.
I was invited several years ago to join the Welcome Committee when the current chair was about to make Aliyah. Since we were so welcomed when we had been the newbies, I jumped at this opportunity. It was Baruch Hashem a beautiful chance to make new friends and ensure that the new families were well taken care of. We enjoyed annual Hachnasas Orchim Shabbosim, phone calls, and welcome packages. I never viewed this as a role, but as a crucial part to the growth of our shul community.
After being part of the shul for a few years, I joined the board to get more involved. I was asked to participate in the security committee, and we submitted Homeland Security grants, and Baruch Hashem were very successful.
Being a part of our shul and joining in from the beginning is what helped us to create the friendships and connections that we have today. We strive to teach our children the importance of being part of the shul and hope they will continue to get more involved as they grow older.
Having served on the board, I saw firsthand how much work goes into every detail of running this shul. I want to thank Claire and Noemi for all their work on the grant paperwork and everything in the office. I want to thank Michael and Jonathan for their years of dedication to the shul and encourage everyone to get involved and help support our shul.
I think my parents really deserve this honor because they do so much for the shul. They helped plan the groundbreaking event. They helped security. I think they really deserve this honor.
I wish a big mazel tov to my mom and dad. Mommy and daddy. Mazel tov, mommy and daddy.
I wish a big mazel tov to my mom and dad.
Mazel tov, mommy and daddy, you're the best.